Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So as we promised, we are back with our Java live classes, and today we will be learning Java completely from scratch. Okay, so guys, this will be a introductory video where we will be just getting an idea of how to start with the programming language. Okay, and gradually every week we'll be coming with special classes like this where we'll be learning Java in depth. Okay, and guys, Python classes will also be there, that will be taken by Ashank sir, don't have to worry about it. Okay, and you can decide your time slot and tell us, so that whenever we are free we can come up with that. Okay, so as I said, let's today start with Java. Okay, and guys, as I promised, this will be an introductory class where we'll be learning completely from scratch about the Java programming language. Okay, so initially let us start with some history. Okay, and then gradually we'll go on to the complex, deeper concepts. Fine. So before that, guys, whenever we are starting to learn any programming language, we should be knowing about three very important concepts. Okay, then only we should be going ahead in the path. So first of all, as I said, I want to tell you about three important concepts: programming, the second one is programming language, and the third one is program. Many people have a dilemma about these three words. Some people think they are the same thing, some people think they are something totally different, and yeah, that's a major confusion between people. And obviously those people who are actually starting their engineering, and if you don't know this concept, trust me, it is becoming very important to understand this, so that we can go ahead and learn any programming language. Okay, so just let me give you a simple scenario so that you can understand better about this. So suppose I have a person here and a person here. He knows Hindi and this guy knows English. Okay, so now how will these two communicate? Is it possible? Because they have only one way, sign language. If I have to ask, did you have your food? I'll just ask like this. There is no other way. And that person, if yes or no, shake his head and they have to tell like that, right? But now imagine if I put one more person who knows both the languages, Hindi and English. Now is it possible for them to communicate? Yeah, they can share their thoughts to this person and this person become the translator. Correct? So interruption or intervention of a third person is very important here in this scenario. This is a practical example. Similarly, when we talk about our computer system, your PC, personal computer or laptop, whatever it is, does your laptop understand English, Hindi, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Odia? Nothing, right? It does not understand that. It understands only one programming language, or you can say one language, which is 1 or 0, binary. But we cannot speak in binary, correct? Then how do we interact with the system? That's where this definition is coming from. The process of interacting with the computer system is known as programming. Clear? The way we interact with the PC is called programming, and the language we use to interact with the computer is known as programming language. This can be C, C++, Java, Python, etc. Okay, and the instructions given in the form of a code. Okay, in your editor, the code that you write, whatever lines of instructions are given, that is actually called a program. Clear? And in the IT industry, that program is called a source code. I hope these three terms are very clear now. You have to remember that, guys. And I told you, trust me, I'll be going completely from scratch so that you remember everything and you get ready for placement drives. Don't have to worry about it. We'll be solving lots of complex questions also, but believe me, if you learn everything from the grassroots, then only you can easily clear any interviews. Okay, because without the basics we are not good enough for the advanced concepts, correct? So we'll do from basics only. Now I hope these three terms are clear. Now let's go to some more history. Before even jumping to Java, let's try to see how C programming came into the picture. Okay. So initially, the first operating system that we had was the Unix operating system, and it was very difficult to interact with this system. Okay. Then a guy called Dennis Ritchie, what he did, he and his team, they started developing a programming language called A. Now you might be thinking, why did he call it A? Simple, alphabetical order, the first alphabet in English letters, right? After that, after some modifications, he said, let's name it as B, the advanced version. And gradually, after some more improvements, he named it as C. Okay? And in the year 1972, C programming was introduced in the world. Okay? Please remember the dates, 1972. And after that, in the year 1989, we got the first standard version of C. Okay? And that standard version is also known as NCC. Please remember, guys, this is a very important interview question. The first standard version of C language was introduced in the year 1989 by the NCC. What is ANSI now? ANSI is just like your engineering college. We have to go through some standards, right? Say suppose the standard is AICTE, we have to take affiliation from this, we have NAC, we have NBA, and so on. Similarly, programming languages have to be certified by a board, something like this. You can think of it like that. ANSI means American National Standards Institute, and they introduced NCC programming as the first standard version in the year 1989. Okay, that's how we got C programming, and C programming is known as the mother of all programming languages. Okay. Now, there have been some crazy moments in the world of programming. Out of that, I will be telling you some crazy moments. Okay. The first one that I want to say is a guy called Yarna Strautstrup. He combined C with another programming language. Okay, I will not tell you the name now. I just want you to think about it. And he said that when C is combined with one programming language, we get C++. Now, lots of engineering colleges that we have visited colleges now for training, they say that this is object-oriented programming, OOP. But this is not the case. This is wrong. Okay? Object-oriented programming is only a paradigm or concept. It's not a language. Okay? Java is an object-oriented language. Object-oriented programming is not itself a language. Okay? So, C was combined with the language of algos and flowcharts. This language is known as Simula. Okay? Yarn Strautstrup, the V is silent, okay? It's Yarna Strautstrup. Okay, so let's start. As I said, Yarna Strautstrup. 1 minute. Okay, so Yarna Strautstrup, what he did, he combined C programming with Simula. and he gave us C++, which is one of the fastest programming languages in the world, and it has been accepted all over the world as a very good language for competitive coding. So if you are learning competitive coding, C++ is a go-to programming language. Okay, we'll learn this also, guys, don't worry about that. We'll have live sessions on C++ also. Okay, but our focus is Java right now, so I'm just giving you a brief history so that you can go on to Java. Okay, so after that there was one crazy guy, and I just want to give you a difference between Java and Python, okay, just for the time being. So there was one crazy guy who was on a vacation. Believe me, he was on a vacation, okay, and in that vacation he designed the Python programming language, and he said, I hate one symbol in the keyboard. That symbol is semicolon. Okay, he said my programming language will not have semicolons. Okay, and that's why in Python we generally don't have any semicolon. And if you see Python in the curly braces also, we don't have the if statements are not written inside curly brackets, they are written inside indentations. Okay, so that guy was Guido van Rossum. Okay, he was the guy, Guido van Rossum. And for Java it was designed by James Gosling in the Sun Microsystems lab, and it is now owned by Oracle. Fine, these things you have to know about these two programming languages. And as I said, can you tell me, guys, which one is older? Is Java older or Python older? Let's see. You can put it in the comments. You have to tell me in the comments which one is older. Is it Java or is it Python? Python is older. Python came in the year 1991, and Java was a little bit late. It came in the year 1995. Okay, so this much history is very important about programming. You should know all that. And I did not tell you two more important things. After that we'll be going dedicatedly into Java. Okay, so I just want to say that people think that Python is named after a snake. Is it so? Python is not named after a snake. This guy, Guido van Rossum, he was a fan of a circus or web series. The name is Monty Python Flying Circus. Because of that, he took out this word and named the programming language after this. Similarly, Java, James Gosling was actually sipping coffee in a restaurant, or you can say in a cafe. Based on that, he named the programming language as Java, because the coffee brand was Java and the smaller beans were called Java beans. So you can see in the logo of Java we have a coffee symbol like this. Okay, we have this kind of a symbol in the Java logo. Okay, so that is what we are learning. Now this much history if you tell in the interviews, that is more than enough. You will get half an hour content to tell out of this that I have explained. Okay, now after that, one more very important question in basics that you should know, and it is asked. C and C++ are put in a different category compared to Java and Python. So these two are in a separate box and these two are in a separate box. Can you tell me this? They have something very unique, these two languages, C and C++, which is not there in Java and Python. It is pointers. Here we don't have pointers. Okay, this is a very important concept, please. So these two are totally separate in terms of pointers, and these two don't have pointers at all, Java and Python. Okay, so you should at least know this for the interviews, the basic interviews. Now we have learned a lot of basics about all the 4 programming languages. I hope you have understood this. Now let's go to Java and talk about Java as a programming language. Now from here on we will be talking properly about Java as a programming language. Okay. And guys, for the next Saturday slot, you have to tell us when do you want us to come live, because we will be coming with this kind of context again and again. Okay. And thanks a lot everyone for watching actually. So now we will be starting with Java. Okay. So first thing first, when you are going as a Java developer into any multinational company anywhere, the first interview question that pops up in someone's mind is WORA. Guys, this is a very important question that will be asked to anyone. It can be a 5 years experience candidate, it can be a fresher also. So make sure you understand this properly. Okay, what is WORA? The full form is write once, run anywhere. Okay. This question is very important for placement drives. Believe me or not, this has been asked a lot of times in the interviews. Okay, so we'll be trying to understand what this actual line actually means. Okay, we'll do that. Don't worry about that. So actually what it means, this is actually a feature of Java. Java code is actually platform independent. Okay, we can run the Java code in any operating system. It can be Windows, it can be Mac, it can be Linux, it can be Android, anywhere. Java code is very portable. The code written once can be run in any machine, any operating system. Okay, but how and why is the question. Okay, we will try to learn this. Let's do one thing. Let me go to my desktop here and I will create a notepad file, and here, I hope this is visible to you. It's visible, right? Okay, so here I will just write a basic Java command. Okay, I will say public class, say I will say YouTube, okay. Okay guys, for the time being, don't focus on what I am writing. Okay, try to understand what I am telling you about right now. Public class YouTube, because I am teaching in YouTube right now, so I am doing like this, public class YouTube, and then I will say public static void main. Here I will write string args. I'll say system dot out dot println. I will say coders arcade. Okay, let me just reduce the size a bit. Fine, I will tell you everything regarding all the lines that I have written. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. So what I am saying is, I have written public class YouTube, then I have written public static void main string args, and then I have written system.out.println coders arcade. Okay, so here what is this? A class and all I will explain you aram se, don't have to worry about it. Okay, so public class YouTube, after that I have written public static void main string args. Say this is a function where we are trying to print something. Okay, we are trying to print the name of our YouTube channel, coders arcade. Okay, so what I do, I will just close this and it will ask me to save it. So I will save it here. Let's save it in desktop only, desktop. And for the timing, let me say you you should save it by the name of the class only, okay? So my class name is YouTube. I will say YouTube, and it is case sensitive, so you have to write exactly like this. Then you will write dot java, and this should be all files. See here, youtube.java and all files, and I'll just save this. Fine, and let me just close all this, and here you can see this is the file, okay? This is your file, youtube.java. Let me right click and open this, open with notepad, and here you can see this is what we had written, right? Public class YouTube, public static void main string args, and system.out.println code is architect. Fine. So what I will do, I will just create a new folder called YT YouTube, and I will put this inside this. This file will go inside this, okay? So that I have a proper specific folder where I am. Now I will try to run this from the command line, okay? So in the address bar, I will simply write cmd for the command line. That means my terminal will open here, okay? See guys, this is my terminal. Excuse me. So the first thing that you want to see is whether Java is installed in your system or not, okay? So I will say java space ---- version. So you can see I have this version of Java installed. The JDK is 17, and the runtime is this, and the Java hotspot is this one, the virtual machine, the VM, okay? So now I'll just clear the screen. I just wanted to show you the command to see whether Java is installed or not. It is java space ---- version, okay? Now I'll clear the screen, and I'm already inside that folder. So the first step here is to compile the file, okay? So Java C stands for Java C compiler, okay? Then I will say file name. The file name is YouTube. I'll just press a tab. You can see I'm getting the suggestion. So if there are no errors in my file, it will get compiled. And before that, let me just show you something. Here I have only one file. See, I don't have any other file. I only have youtube.java, okay? So what I will do, I will go back here, yes, and I will just enter. See, because there were no errors in my file, I got it successfully to the next line, okay? So I'll go back now to the folder, and you can see I got something called youtube.class. If I zoom it again, see, it is youtube.class. Now let us open this in notepad. Guys, this is something crazy, right? We did not write this. Did we write this? No, right? This is called symbolic language. This is actually the bytecode, okay? So this is the first level of encryption. So I will just give you an idea like this. Let me just go back to my here. Let's talk about this. So initially, when we install Java, we have to go to our browser, any browser, say Chrome browser, and then we have to download something called JDK, okay, which is called the Java Development Kit, correct? So this is actually a .exe file. It is an application, okay? So this is not platform independent, this is platform dependent. If I show you in my browser, just see here, okay? What I will do, I will go to my browser and I will say JDK download. See, if I go here, try to understand this. Say Linux, let me zoom it a little bit so that you can see. For Linux operating system it is different, for Mac it is different, for Windows it is different. So the JDK is not platform independent, it is platform dependent, okay? Got it? Now what I do, I'll just go back here and show you something. So this thing is platform dependent, the JDK. the Java development kit, because this is the executive file which we actually run to install the application. Fine. After that, we have to do one thing. We have to go to our system settings and we have to set the path. Okay, let me just show you what I mean by this, because this is important. So I'll just say I'll go to my this PC, I'll right click here and go to properties. I will go to advanced system settings, I will go to environment variables. You can see here in the system variables I have something called Java home. Let me just zoom in. See this, guys. Let me drag it a little bit up. This is Java home. So here, wherever my JDK is installed, that path I am actually showing and telling it to my operating system, because these are all my system variables. Okay, so this is very important. When you do this, what you are doing actually, I will tell you now. So let me minimize this and go back to my editor. Okay, so you are giving the JDK path /bin. This path is given to your operating system. Okay, why? Because then you can run your Java code from anywhere in your operating system. Okay, so first thing first, what you did was you installed your JDK, then we set the environment variables, that is your path. Okay, when you combine these two, you are actually getting something called your Java runtime environment. Okay, this is also called your JRE. Okay, and when you have done this, you have completely created an independent virtual machine. Okay, which is called your Java virtual machine. Your laptop is your virtual machine, my laptop is my virtual machine. Okay, but now we had something called a Java file. After that, when it was compiled, we got a dot class file, right? Correct? If you see here, let me go to my terminal again. This was a .java file. When we compile this, let me open up this one. This is a dot class file. You can see here, right? Dot class. Okay. So now I can easily run this like this. I can just say Java space only the file name. This dot class is also not required. See, I'm getting the output that I tried to print, Coders Arcade. Clear? So what I mean by this is, the Java C compiler is doing the compilation. After that, we are getting a dot class file. Okay. Then when we just take this dot class file to Windows, say Macs, say Linux, say Ubuntu, etc., etc., all these different operating systems, then how is this symbolic language understood by that particular system? That is the question, right? So there, in every JVM, we have one compiler that is called the JIT compiler. Okay guys, this is a very handy thing that I am telling you about. Please remember this. The just-in-time compiler, the JIT compiler, is there in every JVM, which can read all the byte codes on the go. You can say on the go or on the fly. Okay, that is why Java is platform independent. Okay, and that is why Java is both interpreted and compiled. Okay, the Java C compiler, it does the compilation. The JIT compiler, it does the interpretation. Let me just tell something like this. So I can say that compilation is the whole code. as a whole. Okay, and interpretation is actually line by line. Okay, so this is done by the Java C compiler, this is done by the just-in-time compiler. Because of this scenario, your Java machines are platform independent and they are both. So Java is a programming language which is both interpreted and compiled. Okay, and because of the JVM and this JIT compiler, the Java bytecode can be run in any operating system. That's why we got the concept WORA, write once, run anywhere. Is that clear? Okay, so guys, this is a very important concept, please remember this. Okay, and now we will go to a certain anatomy of the things that we have learned. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to this file and I will show you. Let me take a print screen of this so that I can actually design this for you properly. Okay, I'm copying this. Fine, let me go to my paint now. So I want to give you a detailed idea of what actually this whole thing is all about. So I'll just paste this here. Okay, this is my data and let me take a red color. I like red colors. Okay, so here this is called a class. Okay, so here we have written public class YouTube. Okay, your class name is very important because your class name will be the file name of Java file. Okay, and here we have written public static void main, and then we have written string of args. We'll talk about all this one by one, don't have to worry about that. After that we have written system.out.println, then we have printed the name Coders Arcade. You can write your name, I can write my name, anything. Okay, so what does that mean actually? Let's do this. Let's try to understand the anatomy of any Java program. Okay, so what I will do is, in every Java code we have to understand the anatomy, right? So this can be an interview question, anatomy of a Java program. Okay, so we always write everything in Java inside a class. Okay, for example, say the main class, and we follow it by parenthesis like this, curly brackets, sorry. Okay, and after that we write our main function. Inside that we write all our code. Okay, so here system is also a class, system.out.println, and then we write our statements here, whatever we write. Clear? And let me just drag it a little bit this side. Fine, so now I can do this. One second. Here we write our data, say coders, or say I write my name Saurabh. Fine, so you just try to understand this. Whenever we have the name of a class, the first letter should be capital. Okay, here also system is a class, so the first letter is capital. Okay, everything in Java will be wrapped around inside a class, and we use the class keyword. Fine, and as I said, all the classes follow a naming convention called the Pascal naming convention. See, the first letter of each word is capital, and for the functions, this is our main function, we can write like this. Say suppose rate of interest. and followed by a bracket like this. Okay, so here you can see the first word, first letter is small, and then all the other words will be starting with capital letters. And this naming convention is called, let me just write it down here, this is called camel naming convention. Okay, it is called camel case. Fine, is it clear? So, and in the syntax we also saw that we write our main function as public static void and then main. Correct? That is what I showed you. If you see here, public static void main string arguments. Okay, so hope you understood this. So what we do, we will try to get deeper into that gradually. For the time being, let's try to learn some more things. So as I said, everything in Java is wrapped inside a class and classes are using the Pascal naming convention, and then we have the main function which has the camel naming convention, and inside that we write all our statements. Say we are printing something, executing something, everything will be written inside the statement. Okay, so this is it about the basic anatomy of a Java program. Hope you have understood this. So now let's do one more thing. Let's talk about printing something. You can see here in my code, here you can see I had printed our company name Codes Arcade. If you want to print multiple lines, then I can just copy this, go back here and write Milan Sahu. I can again copy this, and here I can write one more name, say Ashank David. Yes, and if you want multiple things, you can write many things more. I can write, say Chandan Kumar. I'm just writing some names. Okay, now I'll just save this and go back to my terminal, and here I'll just try to run the same thing. See, we did not get the same output whatever we have written, because we have to compile it again, because we have made some changes. So Java C file name.java compiled. Now I will just run it. So let's see here. I think I need to save this again. We have saved it. Yeah, we saved it now. Go back. And then let's compile this again. Okay, now let's run this. Still we are not getting this. What's the reason? Let me just check. Okay, this should be working. Let me close all of this and open this one. Open with Notepad. Okay, this hasn't been updated. See, okay, that's the reason. So that didn't get updated. So I'll just open with notepad again and let me write it down again. Fine. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this. Maybe it didn't get saved. So here I am writing it again. So let's say David, let's say Chandan Kumar, let's say Milan Sahu, let's say okay. Now let's save this and go back to our terminal now. So I'll clear the screen. Now let's compile this, no errors. Let's run this. See, we're getting all those outputs. Clear? So this is how every time if you do some modifications, you have to update that, you have to compile that again, then you can run that. You will get the outputs there. Okay, clear? So that's it guys about the basic Java anatomy, and we'll be learning a lot more in the coming classes, and I hope you are liking whatever you are learning right now. And if you really like the content that we are bringing to you, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel also, because we are actually taking a lot of effort for bringing up this contents to you, and I hope everyone will watch. Maybe in the beginning people will be less, but gradually I hope everyone will be coming and joining us for this free live sessions. Thank you for watching, and with this we'll be signing off for today, and gradually this was an introductory class, so gradually in the next sessions we'll be coming up with more content like this. Thank you for watching, and if you want dedicated content like this, please ping us in the comment section. We'll be very happy to bring those. Okay, till the time being, till the next session, this is Saurabh signing off. Bye bye and happy learning.